In this video, I'm going to talk about plural suffixes and also about the consonant softening rule because this is pretty important. In my first video explaining the Turkish alphabet, I mentioned that we have a lot of loanwords from French, Arabic, Farsi, Greek, Italian, English, Latin, but Turkish is an Altaic language, which means it's closer to Japanese, Korean, and Mongolian. Grammatically, we are the closest, versus Arabic. Arabic and Hebrew comes from a Semitic language family. They're completely different. And then when it comes to Farsi and Greek, they come from an Indo-European language family. So Indo-European family, Semitic language family, French, Italian, English, Latin, these are Latin language families. Turkish, Mongolian, Japanese, Korean, these are all Thai languages. I want to make this very clear. In this video, I'm going to talk about plural suffixes and also about the consonant softening rule because this is pretty important. And I'll show you guys why from these examples as well. This is extremely easy. We have what's called a vowel harmony in Turkish. It's really important. Everything needs to sound harmonical. And so we have our back vowels, a, I, o, u, and front vowels, e, I, o, u. They are about where your tongue is located when you're saying these words in your mouth. And it really is about like whether it's close to your lips or in the back of your mouth. That's what this is about, back and front vowels, okay? So a, I, o, u are back vowels. E, I, o, u are front vowels. When we have these vowels ending a word, you have to add lar. And when these are ending a word, you add lar. So you have to look at the end of the word. So let's say, I'm going to give a very easy example. There's just going to be one vowel, ev, which means house. So how do you make that plural? You add lar. That's the only vowel. You add lar. Houses. Okay? Let's say çiçek means flower. How do we make that plural? We don't look here. We have to look at the end. Whatever vowel ends the word. It's an e, but in Turkish e. So it's going to be lar. Kuzu means lamb. We're going to say kuzular. U, it's going to be kuzular, lambs. Okay? I'm going to make it a little harder and add this rule here so you see it easier here. Buzdolabı. We're gonna make this plural. This means fridge, okay? Fridge. This is special because of this rule and because this has two words in it. And one of them had this rule happen to it. So buz is ice. Dolap, dolap with a P is cabinet. Buzdolabı means fridge, literally ice cabinet. And if you remember from my first video, I mentioned, plasma membrane, hücre zarı, zar means membrane, zarı means of the plasma. So this indicates that it's a cabinet of ice. Okay, this And so we have to go here and look at this rule and understand this rule to be able to understand what's happening here. When Turkish words that end with a P, Ç, T, or K gets a suffix added that starts with a vowel, they soften and become B, C, D, or G, or yumuşak G. Okay? Soft G. So in this case, dolap, cabinet, dolap, is the actual root of this word. And when it gets added which is a vowel, it became a B. So to make this plural, this has to go back to its original version. This has to go back to P. So it's gonna reverse back. And this is gonna be the plural version of fridge. Does that make sense? So this at the end indicates that it's a fridge of ice. I mean, it's a cabinet, sorry. It's a cabinet, dolap, of ice. And so what happened is, buzdolapları, we have to go back to P, the original way, add the plural, and add the vowel, okay, at the end. So we moved it. Buzdolabı. You don't say buzdolapları, you know, whatever. That's wrong. Buzdolapları, goes at the end. Means fridges. Let's give another example. Let me give a single example, and then I'm going to give an example like this, like renk is color. Renk ends with the consonant K. K. Let's say renk is going to get added a suffix that starts with a vowel, because it's very important. If it gets a suffix that starts with a consonant, it's not going to change. It's going to stay the same. So if we say renk, like from the color, renk 10, see, this is a consonant, and it did not change or, you know, soften the word. But if it gets a vowel, well, vowel first in the suffix, then it's going to soften, and it's going to become rengi. Okay, we added the E vowel here. Or you can say rengim. You can add, like, you can keep going. I mean, you can add the necessary suffixes that mean something. This means my color. Okay, that's what happens. Okay, let me give another example. A long one, like buzdolabı, fridge. Kahverengi. This is color, right? And it's actually renk. So we're seeing that again. Buzdolabı had the same thing happen to it. It already had the consonant softening rule happen to it, as we can see here too. So we have to reverse this to make this plural. But as it is, this means brown. Why? Kahve is coffee. Renk is color. Rengi again is indication of what color it is. This E. And it's a vowel. So kahve literally means coffee. Kahverengi means brown. And when we have to say, like, brown colors, this can be plural, like this. Kahve, renk, and we look at our rule here, this ends with the vowel I mean, that's the last vowel. So it's gonna be kahverengiler, and it's gonna indicate what color it is still. So the E is gonna go at the end, just as buzdolabı, you know. So I hope this makes sense. It's an easy rule, it really is, because it's just 4, or I mean 9, but basically 4 of them that you need to remember, and then you can remember these yourself, I think. Because also, I'll share something with you. How we as kids were taught how to remember this, like the tip that we were given was basically this. The way we sound these letters out in the alphabet, if you can remember from the first video, is PÇTK. Everything has E. BCDG, right? Yumuşak G does not. It's a soft G. PÇTK. PÇT means napkin. So right here. PÇT, which is P, Ç, T. This is how you would write the sounding of the letters. Well, not the real sounds, because this is a P, Ç, T, K, right? But how we sound them out, sound out the alphabet, is PÇTK. PÇT is napkin again, and then you just remember K. Just add the K right there. PÇTK, and then you have to remember what they turn into. But I think what they turn into is easier to remember once you know these 4 consonants. So this is really it. To give other like very small examples really quick, I can, like, let's say yemek, like the dish. We're gonna do E or im, mine. Well, this indicates that it's mine, this M right there. So yemek, again, K is going to become yemeğim, yemeğim. It's gonna have the soft G. Or let's say cup. It literally means cup. Cup, cup. K-A-P-C-U-P. Cup, cup. We're gonna add, let's say, kabım. Okay, so this is gonna pair. It's going to become a bear. Kabım, my cup. If it's kapı, this means door. By the way, our words don't have genders, so it's pretty good, pretty easy. Yeah, it's just kapı is just door. Yeah, this is basically it. We learned how to add the plural suffixes, and then how to figure out the consonant softening rule, how to like reverse it, how to apply it. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching.